get the calls, then we go remove it and carry on to the next tag.
While the instances of reported graffiti to 311 have increased year over year, they're widely trending downwards over the last 3 years or so, and the city's graffiti control unit says they're ready to keep markings off the city streets. In 2021 to date, the city of Winnipeg is seeing an increase in calls to 311 about graffiti, with 2,080 recorded so far. That's compared to 2,029 in 2020.
Keeping in mind that this time last year, not as many people were out, but this time a lot more people are out. People aren't traveling, getting away as much either, so a lot of people are getting out on foot, experiencing and exploring our own city, and seeing the graffiti and calling it in all the more.
However, while numbers may be trending upwards this year, those figures are a sharp drop when compared to peak reports to 311 on graffiti in 2018, when calls reached over 2,600. Compared to the peak, 2021 so far is logging a 20% decrease in the number of calls coming into 311, a reduction of more than 500 reports this year and more than 600 the year previous. Data detailing 311 reports on graffiti indicate over the last 10 years, overall calls have fluctuated, but in the years leading up to 2021, graffiti trends have been on the way down. Reish says he's confident the city of Winnipeg has the proper resources to ensure that trend continues, noting even during the pandemic, the work crews are doing is ongoing and widespread.
We've been responding to all of our calls with the same level of urgency. We respond a lot more quickly to anything that would be considered hate graffiti. That could be anything considered, racial, discriminatory in that. But we've just been carrying on business as usual and providing the same consistent service to the citizens of Winnipeg.
Graffiti is essentially removed from city streets in 4 ways: chemical wipes, paint overs, pressure washing, and soda washing, which uses baking soda, and pressure washing to remove graffiti. Officials say none of it is welcome on city walls.
Some people would think that they're maybe performing art and doing a service to the city of Winnipeg, but when you go around spray painting anything that is unwelcomed or that is not been sanctioned by anybody, it's vandalism, and it's just not appropriate.
Members of the public who encounter graffiti on the streets are encouraged to report it to 311, and over the last decade, it appears people have been doing so in full force, as the service has received almost 23,000 calls about graffiti. Reish says they expect to see business continuing as usual as the pandemic enters into its final stages. However, they say as more people head onto the city streets, it may mean more eyes on city walls and more opportunities for graffiti artists to seek cover. In Winnipeg, Morgan Majeski, City News.